Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Mission YouTube channel. I'm joined today by Matthew Edgar, and we're going to talk about how to practice.
Well, I'm going to talk about the how.
Okay.
And then if you talk about the what.
Okay.
How to put that into place. So, first things first. How many people, you've probably said this yourself many times, I play so well in practice, I can't transfer it to the game.
Yeah.
We're going to look at the reason why. First of all, let's think about a match. In a game, you've got a psychological attachment to every single dart you throw. 1 point, 20 points, hit, miss, win the leg, lose the leg, hit the double, miss it, miss the single. There's all sorts of different things. Every dart matters. I bet you don't practice like that if you've got that problem. What people will do is they go, I'll do a bit of 1-2-1, I play a bit of Bob's 27. These games are great as routines, but
Yes.
they're not there to make you train. They're not there to make you develop your game. They don't make you fear losing. They allow you to win, but they don't make you fear losing. So the first big tip I've got is make sure you have the ability to lose within the practice.
Yeah.
Because that's the psychological attachment there. However, this is my top tip, my big tip, the very, very top. Now, I've gone through so many coaching badges throughout my life, I'm not going to stand and reel them off. Every single one of them always tells you when you're writing your plans, when you're doing your sessions, you have to include progression. Now, when I was teaching, again, progression. Your children can do that, progress. Now, if I was to teach you maths, and I said, right, we're going to do units. I'm going to teach you how to add up units. You're going to do 2 + 2, 2 + 5, 7 + 5, and you're just going to do units. And then you get that, and I give you a test, and you make sure you can do it, and you do. You get 10 out of 10. I go, right, brilliant. Next week, I want you to do it 20 times. So you do 20 out of 20 and 30 out of 30. Yep. By the time you get to, I give you 40 questions, you're bored. So you're no longer engaged with the task no more, because all I'm doing is testing you on something you can do. However, if I challenge you, if I progress that, and if I go, right, we're now going to do units and tens.
Yeah.
I've made it harder. Units, tens and hundreds. Now, if I teach you that way, and I teach another child just units all the time, you're going to develop, they're going to stay still. And ultimately what you do, you get frustrated with the sport, and then what you do is you start to go, right, well, maybe it's me darts, I need to find progression. I'll change my darts, I'll change my flights, I'll do all these things, change the content. The content needs to progress, but progressively overload. Not overload.
And I think, so do you agree it's key to practice to your level as well? What does Michael van Gerwen practice? I'll do that. If you're not at his level, you're just going to get frustrated and you're not going to progress, are you? Because you're just going to give up after a while.
So you're talking there about differentiating the practice, which is very, very important. Differentiate the practice to allow progression. So if I think of a drill, anytime I come up with a new routine or a drill, I think, how can I make this easier? How can I make it harder?
Yes, I agree.
And then work through the levels.
Yeah.
Round the board.
Yeah.
1 to 20. Throw till you hit it. That's what you're doing anyway in your practice.
Yeah.
Level 2. 3 lives on every section. So you get 3 chances to miss it. If you miss it, you drop back 1 number.
Yep. Yeah, and I like to mix that one up as well with people, because they will get bored of just doing 1 to 20. So I'll go do, right, do it in reverse. 20 down to 1. Or, right, do all the odd numbers first, then the evens. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 2, 4, 6. Do you know what I mean? Just to, because I think we've talked about this before. If you just practice the same thing all the time, you won't be heading for that goal the same. You'll either get used to it, and this is why I say to people, don't practice the same checkout all the time, because if that'll be the only one you can hit. So you've got to vary it. So I totally get what you're saying. And do you agree with setting goals for yourself?
I think the goal should be to beat the level you're currently at.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be a future sense goal. Now, very quickly, just on the drill, we've also got to have that ability to lose, haven't we? We can add that. So all we're going to do now, before you had 3 lives on each individual section, now you get 3 rotating lives. So if I'm on 8 and I miss it, 7, 2 lives.
Yeah.
Miss 7, 6, 1 life.
Yeah.
If I miss 6, I go back to the start, back to 1. That's a game of darts.
Yeah.
I've got all the way down to the double. I've missed 3 darts. Back to the start again.
And that's where you've put pressure on yourself. You've created that pressure environment.
Progressive pressure.